Hi everyone, welcome. I'm going to share some breathwork practice with you today, and this is breathwork that hopefully can help you feel a little calmer if you are feeling out of sorts or out of balance or dysregulated. And this is breathwork that works for a wide range of people. With that being said, nothing is universal. So depending on what you have going on in the body and the mind, sometimes breathwork or a particular approach to breathwork is not where it's at. And that can be why it's really helpful to work with a teacher when you're learning breathwork. Breathwork is a really powerful way to connect body and mind, to work with energy and the subtler aspects of the mind, and to talk directly to the nervous system would be another way of putting that. So because it's powerful, it's helpful to know that what you're doing is working for you. But if you don't have a teacher and you're following along from this video, a couple of things to pay attention to. If anything doesn't feel right, you start to feel out of breath, you start to feel uncomfortable, you start to notice an increase in any physical or mental symptoms, discontinue the breath work. This is not something to push through and see if it gets better if you try for longer. Just trust yourself, trust your body, trust your mind, and then seek out support from a teacher if you still want to learn breath work. So that's one part that is really important. The other thing you should know for this video is that this video is not really intended as a practice that you're going to start at the beginning and you're going to do everything through to the end. That would be a lot of the same thing. So this video is intended as information. I'm going to give you a bunch of different options or variations that you can try to see what works for you. Once you have what works for you, what I would recommend is that you do that same practice at the same time every day. Morning works great before you eat, first thing in the morning. You might also do it before you go to bed. So practice regularly the same technique rather than a different technique every day. And that gives your whole body-mind system a chance to kind of learn what the breath work is about and to start to build on the benefits of that so that you can really see the changes that are happening over time. So that's my recommendation. We will be working a lot with Nadi Shodhana, or the alternate nostril breath. And so for that, you may want to clear out your nasal passages first if you can. Go ahead and blow your nose. You can use a neti pot or saline if it's something that you do. Give some time for that to settle out. And if you're really congested, this might not be the day, but feel free to learn. There is a technique or two in here that will still work for you, I think. So find yourself in a comfortable seated position. We'll be holding one hand up to the face. So if this is difficult, you can place a block under the elbow, or you can sit at a desk where you can use a desk to support the elbow. We're going to take a mudra, or it's like a yoga posture for the hand. Really specific hand positions that have specific effects in the body and mind. So for this, we're going to take the index finger and middle finger. We're going to bend them down towards the palm. And then we're going to have the ring finger and the pinky finger together. We're going to have the thumb on the other side. We're going to bring the hand up to the nose, and we're going to feel into where the bone ends. So you have bone at the top of your nose, and then you have cartilage. Then you're going to place the tips of the fingers right at that point where the bone ends and the cartilage begins. You're going to take some easy breaths in and out through your nose, breathing through both nostrils, just noticing what you feel. Maybe starting to slow your breath down a little bit. And then when you're ready, you're going to block your right nostril. Inhale through the left. And then you're going to switch, blocking the left nostril, opening the right, exhaling through the right side. And then you're going to inhale through the right. Switch at the top, exhale through the left. And that's one cycle. And so you'll continue with this. Maybe starting with a minute or two, maybe working up to more practice if it feels good. Once you're done, the hand comes down. You're going to take a few full, easy breaths through both nostrils. So that's the basic practice. And I'll show you some variations and you kind of find what you like. So another option is to take the middle finger and the index finger and just place it between the eyebrows. And then the fingers come onto the nose in the same way. And then you're going to do the same practice. So you're inhaling through the left, exhaling through the right, inhaling through the right, and exhaling through the left. So that's just a slight variation on the mudra and the hand position that some people really enjoy. So those are the two main options that I'm going to give you today using the hand. There are more advanced options of this practice that you can ask a teacher to show you, involving being more specific about the length of the breath and whether you're pausing at the top and the bottom of the breath. But learn this first, right? If there are reasons why this hand position is not working great for you, some of us don't do well when we're physically blocking the nostrils, either because we're congested or for other reasons. Some of us have things going on in the hand or the arm or the shoulder that make this very difficult to do. So for those of us who don't like to or cannot use the hand, a nice way to do this is hands-free, just using the power of the mind to move the breath through one nostril at a time. Don't get caught up in whether you're actually doing the thing, because that isn't the point. Pranayama is an energetic practice anyway, using the breath, right? So it's more important what is happening sort of in your mind, in your imagination, and in your felt sense of your own experience, right, when we're doing this. So if you're doing hands-free, you let the hands rest. Take a few easy breaths through both nostrils. And then you'll inhale through the left. Just focusing on the left nostril. Switch your focus to the right nostril. Exhale through the right side. And then inhale through the right. Switch your focus to the left nostril. Exhale through the left. So now you're breathing side to side using your focus, the power of your mind, to move your breath through your body. You're going to end on the left, right? So left to right, right to left is a complete cycle. So you're going to end on the left with an exhale, and then you're going to take a few breaths to feel the breath moving evenly in and out of both nostrils. So that's the hands-free variation. That one might work particularly well for some people. The last thing I'll give you is a variation that doesn't use the nose at all. And so there might be various reasons why you might do this. If you find that focusing on your breath makes you anxious, or you have a lot of congestion and focusing on your nose is sort of bringing up some anxiety around that, or there could be any number of reasons why that's not working really well for you. There's a couple of other practices that I like to do that can feel kind of similar. So one is that you breathe from palm to palm through your hands. So, there's different ways you can start this, but if we want to just keep it the same, you think about inhaling through the palm of your left hand up your arm to your heart, and then exhaling out the right arm out through the palm of the right hand. And then inhaling through the right and exhaling through the left. So that's one cycle. And then you're breathing palm to palm, inhaling up the arm to the heart, exhaling out through the palm of the other hand, moving the breath from side to side, either visualizing or simply thinking and feeling as you move the breath from side to side. That one can be a really nice way to work with moving the breath side to side, it is a little bit different than what we're doing with the alternate nostrils, but it can be a breath that can work well for some people if working with the nose itself is not helpful for you. And another one that can be somewhat similar is to think about your body in two halves, right half and left half. Imagine that you have a dividing line all the way down the midline. And then as you're breathing in, you're really feeling the whole left side of the body and imagining the whole left side of the body filling with breath. And then as you're exhaling, you're imagining moving that breath out the right side. And then inhaling, imagine the full right side filling. And exhaling, moving that breath out the left. So this is like a whole body experience. You're really imagining filling or inflating the whole half of the body as you breathe in, and then sending the breath across to the other side as you breathe out. And so that can be another variation that can work really well for some people if the focus, the concentrated focus on the breath moving through the nostrils is not great for you. So I hope there's an idea there that you would like to play with. It's not that you can't experiment with different variations or different options or different practices, but the primary benefit of practice, the best way to do this, right, to get results, is to repeat the same way every time over a period of time. So pick one of these. If you're not sure which one, just pick one that feels like it works for you. Give it a try. See how it feels over a period of time. If you have questions about this, please ask them in the comments. I will read and respond to those. If you want to share what you experienced or which of these practices you enjoyed, I'd love to hear that as well. Hope this was really helpful. Take really good care. And may we all be balanced and well. Thank you so much.